Hi guys, I'm Oliver. I'm the Sim Squad technician with Rain or Shine Golf, and one thing we always know that not everyone's the most tech savvy, so we wanted to give you a quick breakdown on how to use our universal ceiling mount that comes in our Sim Kit packages with any of our Optoma projectors. This right here is our Optoma ZW350 ST short throw projector that is included as our default projector in our packages. So when you get your ceiling mount kit, it's going to have a couple key components. We've got shrink wrapped right now, we've got the mount and a coupling joint, an optional extension rod, and then the ceiling mount plate itself along with the hardware. Now, the most confusing thing that we run into with customers is that the ceiling mount has 4 adjustable spider arms, as we're going to show you in just a moment. The Optoma and a lot of projectors these days use a triangular mount pattern. So it's 3. You don't have to worry about using all 4 arms. We're going to show you how to modify the mount to make sure it's perfectly secured and holds the weight of the projector. So out of the packaging, we're going to open this up. I've already got one open right here. This is the mount itself that we're going to be focusing on. As you can see, it has the 4 adjustable arms. The other thing we do want to focus on as part of the hardware that comes with the package is these 2 little short plates, as well as the rounded top screws. There's a set of rounded top screws that come in various sizes. You'll use a specific size for the projector itself. And then there are a lot of these little flathead screws. These are actually for connecting the individual parts of the projector mount to itself. So right now, the first thing we want to do is realize that we're only going to be using 3 of the 4 arms. I like to orient it so that the hook on the coupling joint is facing forward or towards your screen. And we're going to be focusing on arms 1, 2, and 3. We're not even going to focus on this guy whatsoever. And basically what we want to do, where it gets a little interesting, is we're going to loosen the wing nuts on the front, inside, and back outside arms. You just come right off. We're going to take these 2 long arms out, and we're not going to use them. We're then going to swap in the short arm on one of them, as you can see, like this. Tighten that back up. And now this is where it will get interesting, is this one instead we're going to invert. So instead of having the piece facing out, we're going to flip it so that little screw hole stays underneath. I know it seems a little counterintuitive, but it'll make more sense once we get it in place to line up those projector mounts. The last thing that we will need to do is take a Phillips head screwdriver, or a flathead if it's small enough, and we're going to undo this one little portion right here on the long arm that we kept in. I'm going to remove that screw just temporarily. And the reason we do that is so that we can slide the long arm so that the adjustable portion sits in that screw. And we can just tighten that back up. Now, as you can see, what that does mean, it means that this will not extend any further, and that's important because that's the spacing we want for it. We're gonna go ahead and tighten those back up. So as you can see, we have the open end of the front, 1, 2, and 3. We're not even going to focus on this guy whatsoever. These are the 3 you want to focus on. Now, we're going to take the projector, flip it upside down. And as I said, there's multiple screws that come inside. You can try a couple of them. It will have a little bit of a wiggle to it, but it is secure once it's in there. Now, I like to take 3 of the washers Usually the screw heads themselves don't require a washer between the breaker and the tab. So I like to take one of the washers and put it underneath the arm, just so it will give a little bit more of a flush surface so that the mount itself is not working against it. Now at this part, this is where it can get a little tricky, which is why I do recommend using a smaller screwdriver and basically threading that screw in. This is where actually the helpful thing. I wanted to show you guys how we actually attach that inverted piece. Trick is drop the screw in and then thread. And slide that locking nut back up through. This will give us a chance to get that screw in there, and then it's just a matter of lining it up and screwing it down. From here, all you should have to do is line up the last remaining pieces. Again, we're going to take a washer. Show you on the back side. Again, just dropping that screw in and then lining it up. We're just going to tighten these up. And as you see, this allows us to have the mount be completely flush in a north, south, east, west, front, back, left, right, however you want to refer to it. So that way it's flush and level with the front of the projector. It's going to give you the most ease of adjustment once it's on that coupling joint. Tighten this up. The other nice thing is with the Optoma projectors, they'll have the power pack that sits with the projector. It's got a little bit of a beveling right here, so that's the other benefit to this. As you can see, you'll be able to rest that power pack on these grooves right here and have it be flush completely with the projector. Now, while filming this, I just lost one of my screws. We would put it right here in the third one, but as you can see, gives us a good strong hold for the projector. The important thing at this point now is with this coupling joint, the coupling joint is going to sit just like this in the projector when you attach it. You're going to have a set of, as I mentioned, those flat top screws. You're going to use at least 6, possibly 10. The reason why is because you will have 2 that lock into the coupler right here on either side. And this is what allows you to get your tilt and adjustment once it's on the mount. Have one on one side. As you can see, it then prevents you from twisting or tilting it any more than a certain amount. And then there's another one on the other side as well. And then once the projector is mounted, you'll just tighten these up to really make sure that there's no wiggle. The other reason you would use the additional screws is, as you can now see, we have these two screws, holes on the front and back of the coupling joint. These will line up with either the sealing plate itself, and you'll have 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the back and front, or it can be used to attach, if you have a longer, taller ceiling, with your extension rod. You'll notice that there's a set of holes that line up with the coupling joint and then with the projector plate that attaches to the ceiling. From here, it's just a matter of getting your placement right. I do typically recommend starting with the projector on the ground before you start marking holes in your ceiling, just to kind of get a sense for how far away the projector needs to be to create the image size you're looking for. General rule of thumb with the short throw projectors that we use, especially the ones that have a fixed zoom, the main thing that sets the image size is the distance of the projector from the screen itself, or the projection surface. So that does not change too much whether it's ceiling mounted or floor mounted, so you can save yourself a little bit of time dialing in the rough distance from the screen with the projector still in the ground, and then just putting your ceiling mount above that spot. All right, and again, if you do have any questions, feel free to email or call us at info@rainershinegolf.com. Our toll-free number, 888-831-9489. Either a member of my Sim Squad team or myself will be here to help you.